I'm just happy that Yezo's upset about the nukes, because it means I'm not the only one who gets upset about black market.
Medium levels of water
Oh
found.
man, what is going on here?
Medium levels of
Can I,
carbon
like...
found. Low levels of silicon found.
I mean, I could kind of use this. We'll go with water instead of taking aluminum right away. That should be alright.
Geothermal
They're
vents.
worth the same amount at the
That
start of
is
the game.
useful.
As long as we buy up the aluminum
Medium
quickly,
levels of aluminum found.
we won't get punished for it
Levels of silicon found.
early on. And this is decent water. Mostly it's water that's close to us, which is why I went ahead and took it. There's good silicon up there. That's nice. We can try and make use of that and just see how it goes. Everybody else took a lot longer look at the map. You can tell that I'm kind of... I'm too much in that attitude of I got to get founded right away because all the maps are awful, because I've had so many of those lately that it's warped me and I'm not playing correctly anymore. But it's fine. I can just be bad in my corner. Not a big deal. All right. I want next patch to be here. These prices are so much higher next patch, guys. I can't describe to you how amazing it is to be able to plant and be like, you know what I could do if I wanted? I could just drop an electronics factory trio. Bam, 3 electronics factories, and you can make money off of that. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. At least compared to how the game is now. But it makes a lot of sense, realistically, that that's what electronics would be worth, is how much it takes to make them. I don't know. It's just, it makes sense. But just from this perspective, it's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get that nice big aluminum coming our way. That should help out a bit. Let's go ahead and start buying into all this glass we're going to need. Figure out what to do with this last claim. Geothermal, we can bid on that. That's fine. Asimov still hasn't hit the map yet, so that's interesting. Apparently the map is kind of awful and people don't really know what to do with it. There is plenty of carbon available, though, if he wanted to go for the carbon. I mean, he could go for the carbon, potentially. We'll keep bidding on that. I imagine Herbert is Yezo, since he's actually kicking the price up and nobody else is. But I can't be 100% sure, of course. Yeah, sure, a little bit more. Why not? Oh, we could just go ahead and get down some power right now. It is, however, a 4-man game, so power's not going to go quite as crazy, but hopefully it'll start going up now that Bradbury has managed to upgrade. He's probably going to put some steel mills down, things of that nature. Might not be the worst idea to just immediately commit to that solar panel if we don't happen to get a hold of this geotherm, which would be all right because we've got plenty of carbon. If we get this geotherm, another option is to just grab up more carbon with all of our carbon so we can carbon more. And then we can just upgrade more, right? I could have kept going with that. I wasn't going to torture you guys with that. It's fine. Let's see. Food is still looking good. No robots this game, so that's going to drive food prices up fairly effectively. That might be what we want to just make an effort to get into after we expand, which means purchasing up way more glass, obviously. The silicon's only doing okay. I'm kind of hoping that starts going up as solar panels go up. That's kind of what the silicon is for, is just preparation for those solar panels. The aluminum's doing okay. I thought about actually buying into it a bit more, but I don't think it was necessary. You know what? Let's actually just go ahead and do that. We're going to sell off some glass to try and make it to that. Fine, we'll sell off some... No! We didn't make it to the claim. Ah! Fine. Sell off all the glass to get to the claim. We'll use that to go ahead and take some extra aluminum because I'm not seeing a ridiculous amount of aluminum coming in anywhere. That'll let us more easily get up our power in the geotherm. There we are. And push to our expansion as long as we can still get back into glass fairly effectively. Now that is the primary concern right now, is this idea that we need to be able to get into glass fairly effectively at some point. We haven't been able to yet. Bradbury has already taken this geotherm tile, but hasn't actually made use of it yet, interestingly enough. Ooh, man. The glass is really looking kind of difficult right now. Like, it's not even good to make because oxygen is so ridiculous, and we might just want to make the move into reactors instead if nobody else does in the short term. Which does make it a bit easier to push to that expansion because suddenly all we need is the aluminum that we've gone ahead and committed into quite heavily. But we'll just have to see if anybody else can make that reactor move before we can. Let's see. Asimov, he's getting down a water pump. That's just fine. Water's still kind of coming down. Those are aluminum mines, it looks like, so that's going to be totally okay. No concerns there whatsoever. And yeah, I think we'll just plan on that reactor transition as soon as we've expanded. There's the expansion. Here come the reactors. The dynamite hits the geotherm. That's fine. I actually wasn't expecting that, but it doesn't cost us a whole lot to repair. And hopefully, like, I think it was okay to skip out on the goon for now, Interestingly enough, we got hit by the dynamite. I was kind of expecting a mutiny. And then hopefully push to the goon by the time it's back up, because that allowed us to go ahead and instead commit that money into getting these reactors down, which are actually making us money instead of just kind of halting our debt acquisition, because our debt's already very, very high from having taken this geotherm. It's kind of an interesting little detail when you take a geotherm, is this idea that, okay, well, you've pretty much guaranteed you're not going to make money off of that unless power goes completely nuts. I will push a little bit higher, mostly because there is a scientist in this game. We already have a lot of debt. Hopefully a little bit more debt doesn't completely kill us. And we'll just kind of wait until he throws down something good and take it from him. Because why not? Yeah, reactors were just so much easier to get to than food this game. I think that was the right call. The geotherm should be getting repaired momentarily. We've got enough to go ahead and drop the goon squad on. Yeah, the repair's on its way. It's almost there. It's a little far away for repairing it, but it's not too bad. The reactors are doing nicely. Nobody else in reactors at this point. We can maybe even use those to just start kicking our way up toward food and glass production fairly effectively. Because these are just so good. They're just so good, guys. They cost a lot of power, but, you know, we're not doing anything with power anyway. Wow. Everybody has geotherms this game. It's nuts. So the silicon was a bad idea because I should have taken a look at the map first. This guy even went for wind power, which that I wasn't ready for, I'll be honest. I was not prepared for the wind power. But I should have seen the geotherms coming, and that's just me not bothering to read the map for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just decided, hey, geotherms don't exist. But that was kind of stupid. It was kind of stupid. Just to be completely straight about it. It was not an intelligent thing. Let's see. What else can we do? Let's get into a little bit more food. We're upgrading fairly effectively and managing to get into these high value resources while they're still high value, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Need to keep trying to make use of the black market. I can think about glass production before too long on these reactors, but I'm going to go ahead and wait it out for the moment. There we go. Nice little power surge. Onto the farms should help out. Yep, power surge on our farms. That shouldn't really be any big surprise. We both know. There's no question. We just both know. It's not a big deal. It's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. All right. The good news is we can use more black market than he can, so we can actually get down another farm. Take that. And then maybe we'll go ahead and goon squad our farms next time instead of attacking his. I don't really know. All right, reactors, how you doing? Reactors are still making money. Glass would probably do better, though. But I don't know if that means we want to scrap out of the reactors right away. Because still, nobody else is in reactors. Those are going to keep going up. Nobody else is in glass, so we don't have to rush into that for any reason in order to actually make money off of it. Farms are still where it's at, by the way. Like,
freelance pirates,
and that will drive glass up, which is something to consider.
3,000.
Like, we know that transition is coming. It's just kind of timing it correctly that's going to be a question. Still haven't used these pirates. We'll need to look into that before too long. Our debt is a little high at this point, so we can't push too hard on these pirates. Thankfully, they also can't hurt us very badly at all. So, hopefully that's going to be okay. I kind of feel like... Did we really get those for 7,000? It's ridiculous. I kind of feel like upgrading, frankly. That's what I kind of feel like. Like, our farms are down. We're not actually making anything off of our farms yet, but they're online, right? So hopefully they'll get something done before too long. I don't know if this guy grabbed a goon squad or not. I haven't been watching closely enough to see if anything like that happened, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. We will, I think... Oh no, an underground nuke! It's probably on our... Oh, it's on our silicon? Whatever. Alright. I mean, bam, look, I can do that. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade. Get down some glass production with this. We're going to have to look at long-term production before too long. I don't really know. I can just kind of like goon squad here is what I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens with all that. Let's go ahead and do some of that. There we go. No food for you. And, well, we have a lot of money now. We have a lot of good production. Grab this goon squad, drop it there. The reactors are still okay, not great, but glass should be going strong. Yeah, glass is strong, no question about that. But I'm still almost tempted. I want to like start moving out of these reactors so I can get into special buildings anyways. They should be kind of on the way down with water on the way up quite as much as it is. So let's go ahead and just move into an engineering lab. I never checked Offworld prices this game. Wow, they're actually pretty good. How close am I to getting an Offworld building? It's really dangerous to go for an Offworld, but I do stupid, dangerous things sometimes in these games, so I might do it anyways. Yep, glass is going to drop like a rock. Not a big surprise. Can't really sell carbon to make the push. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I don't even care. I just want to try and make it work. See if I can make it work at all. We have a lot of debt for this, but maybe it'll happen anyways. Sure, another engineering lab. Why not? Alright, we'll be able to make some cash off carbon for quite some time. Glass is still doing well. Food is still doing fine. Let's upgrade some water production, since that's on its way up and everything else is kind of on its way down. Let's get a nice little power surge going. I feel kind of bad for Bradbury, actually. He's the one in my markets, so he's the one I keep punishing. And that's really the only thought that's involved there, is this guy is using my stuff. Kill him. I could move into some extra power. I need to start thinking about when to get out of glass. I don't think the time has come yet, but it could come before too long. Engineering lab is working. An auction claim would be kind of cool. This scientist still hasn't put down anything of interest, but I could just go ahead and steal some water from people anyways. Oh no, he has food down. Shoot, what am I talking about? It's mutinied. Oh, I let that go for 9,000. Are you serious while I'm looking at everything else on this map? It's ridiculous.
I hate those filthy bandits.
It's what I get. It's what I get. All right. Get out of the glass. Let's move into some electronics for the time being, maybe? They're not bad. Reactors might have been better. Nah, I'm not sure. Whatever, we'll go with it. Alright. Oh yeah, reactors probably would have been better with the oxygen on the way, so I'm going to go ahead and actually move into reactors in the hopes that I can kind of fix this whole water situation by upgrading it and stealing it, and it'll be okay. I also talked about power. Maybe what I do is instead of going full-on electrolysis, we go into a little power production as well. That was kind of expensive with silicon being as nuts as it is, but thankfully we do have some silicon production. Is there any silicon to steal? I'm not seeing it. Bradbury wants some, apparently. You know what? Fine.
Your stock is being
I mean, he has a lot of money on hand. He can buy a lot of stock, but he can't buy all of it. That's for sure. Alright, well, we have silicon coming in we can sell. We have carbon coming in we can sell. We're still making good stuff here with the food and with the water and all that other good nonsense. And most importantly, with our off-world market, which we can afford to regoon, so we will. Let's upgrade some food and oxygen production.
Off-world shipment launched.
Yeah, this is technically losing money, but a lot of it's going to be power, so I'm not too worried about that. The food is still doing alright. Off-world ship... Whoa, not that button. Off-world shipment launched. Should help out quite a bit. Chems might have been a good idea. Chems might have been a good idea. Let's go ahead and turn off the farms. Those aren't doing so hot. I'm mostly relying on the off-worlds and the water right now. Not the best situation to be in, but I already kind of saw it coming, so we did upgrade water production fairly significantly. And we have the off-world down, so at least we're making that money. Now, my silicon got nuked again. Because Yuzzo, apparently, he's got a, you know, a bit of a problem with my nukes, let's say. But you know what? You know what? Take that, jerk. Take that. How's that feel? Do you not like getting black marketed? Huh? Do you not like it? I'm taking this a little personally right now, but you know what? He can deal. He's a big boy. He can take it. Let's see. A lot of electrolysis on the board right now. Let's get out of this food and just move into some chems because we're going to be sending oxygen up, so oxygen's going to kind of stay high and fuel is not. The reactors were not a good decision, by the way. The reactors were just not the way to be. All right, let's make sure we've got this next oxygen sending while we have the opportunity. Should be just about 2 more sends until we're good to go. I really don't care about this geothermal anyway. I'll be honest. It's not a thing to me. It's not relevant. It's not anything. Off-world shipment launched. Guys, that's a lot of money. That's all I'm going to say about it. And hello. All right, once he's unfreeze, I'll probably just drop some pirates like right here-ish. Does he have teleportation? No, it's just not showing me because they're frozen, probably. Yeah, he doesn't have teleportation or any of that nonsense. All right. Let's see. Need to push to that 17,000. There it is. That last little bit of stock. 37,000 to go ahead and finish it up. And I can't actually drop... Okay, there we go.
Pirates.
Drop pirates right there.
I hate those filthy bandits.
Just to make sure. Let's see, let's go ahead and buy a little bit into Herbert, just so Asimov doesn't run away with the game in response to us running away with the game, because that would be just ridiculous to let him stay in the game quite as effectively for no reason whatsoever. Let's see, we might actually be able to buy into Asimov very heavily. I know I'm upgrading food without any food on the board, but you know what? Just deal with it. That's all I have to say. Yeah, Asimov doesn't want to clean it up until he's bought himself out completely. That's understandable. Unfortunately, I am going to have a fair amount of him. Yep. Bradbury was Yuzzo. That was pretty easy to tell, quite frankly. He's a really strong player, and it's really easy to identify strong players' playstyles for the most part. Whoa! Water shortage. And then somebody sold a bunch of water in response to a shortage soon. Alright. Oh, no, my water got nuked earlier. That's so rude. Yeah, apparently somebody's upset about the nukes. It's fine. Man, somebody completely destroyed the price on water. I don't even know what that was about. Ooh, that's only defended for 5 more seconds.
Dirty rat trying to break our stuff.
There we go. Defend it again, please. Thank you. Alright, time to get back into some food, I think. Well, can I move into food? I've got a lot of electronics down over here. I've got a lot of electrolysis down over here. This steel really doesn't need to be, though. Let's tell you what, we'll just make some of those transitions like that. Should be very, very nice indeed. Let's keep upgrading that food production all the way at this point. Then we'll upgrade oxygen production quite a bit after that, I imagine. We could maybe throw down another Offworld. Our Offworld's doing pretty well so far. Not going to be the worst thing in the world to have another one. We have so many engineering labs, though. Sheesh. It's just ridiculous how many engineering labs we have right now. Make sure those are all functioning. Keep buying into that Asimov stock. Keep sending with the Offworlds. Man, the reactors are doing so well right now. A lot better than the electronics factories, actually. I'm really tempted to just scrap completely out of the electronics factories, but whatever. It's not a big deal. Interestingly enough, Asimov is still on HQ level 4. Not really what you're looking for this game, quite frankly. These pirates were awful. I don't know why I threw them down. Well, those pirates aren't, though. Yeah, I can't quite... There.
Pirates.
Maybe that'll work. I'm not entirely sure. It's something. Maybe it'll work. Alright, chems should be still kind of okay, not great. Yeah, oh well, 200 because I've upgraded them. Yeah, that'll do it.
Expansive colony established.
And we should mostly have the game kind of wrapped up. We're in a good spot at minimum. We could grab another flame, just throw it down on silicon, because silicon's looking pretty good. Might let us move into glass a little bit more easily. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that with these electronics. These electronics can go too. Let's just do something stupid like Patent Lab, Pleasure Dome. And actually, we could just get down some steel. Like, we scrapped the steel earlier, but steel has recovered significantly since its expansive player went for an upgrade. And potentially, as they try to move into more things like... let's destroy the price on food real quick. There we go. As they try and move into things like Offworlds, steel will stay high. It's all very, very nice for us, realistically. And now all we got to do is try and push to $317,000. And at that point, we have managed to pick off Asimov. Let's be honest, though, guys. We got off to a nice, strong start this game. It was a little 4-man game, so things were a bit more predictable. Things were a bit more understandable. Not as much black market could kind of come our way, which is kind of a big deal. And we made it work. It was good. Make sure these Offworlds keep sending, keep making me money. That's starting to get to the point. Yeah, I probably should have sent food, actually, instead. Why am I still making... Oh, because I've upgraded food so much. Even on just 3 of them, I'm making a ridiculous amount of it. Tell you what, we'll queue up a couple food sends next because food is so cheap compared to its Offworld price. And hopefully, we're just well set up to go ahead and take it. Yeah, I know. I threw down a Pleasure Dome. Literally, the only reason I threw down this Pleasure Dome is because I had this little 1-tile spot. I needed to figure out something to do with it. So we'll also take virtual reality. We'll head for thinking machines so that I don't have to keep buying Goon Squads, preferably. And we could also, let's see, upgrade silicon production. Yeah, let's just upgrade it all the way. Sure, why not? Went a little crazy on the food, I think. Went a little crazy upgrading the food. Let's let's see. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for the Offworlds to keep going. Keep getting underground nuked. That's quite rude, really. I don't want to get underground nuked all the time. I think it was my carbon. Yeah. Fine. Okay, now we're going to have to push a lot higher because 110 did go ahead and get bought up by Asimov. However, we're still in a really good spot, realistically, right? The buy is good for him, but it doesn't really change the game around too much, realistically. Because we're still in a situation where we only have to buy one person and win the game. And we have to push to 404,000. That's not going to be all that difficult, realistically. It's just not. So hopefully we've got this game nice and wrapped up. We'll go ahead and get into some reactors down here. That should be just fine. Iron's too expensive to stick on the steel. And 424 out of the 425. There it is. That's going to be the game. Nice and simple. Got to do what I like to do. Got a good found. Got to just kind of keep upgrading just barely. I think the reactors were the most important decision of that game. Going ahead and putting the reactors down to make the money to kind of just keep leapfrogging into other things. Even though the reactors, they aren't like the big money play they used to be, right? Because they used to be the only play. But in a game like this, with the way everything was kind of working out, it still seemed like the correct play. Because you couldn't rely on food going too high too fast. And you couldn't rely on power doing the same thing either. And so it was just like, it just gave us that little bit of a boost we needed to get ahead of everybody else as we made that reactor transition. Which we were able to get to early because of our strong found position is basically what it came down to. So that was the game. We can check the broken resources again. I made a lot of money. A lot of it was chems, a lot of it was food. Not a lot of it on oxygen and fuel, but the important stuff, I think, came in the oxygen and fuel. Yazo, he did a strong job that game. He tried to shut me down the best that he could. I don't think he got a lot of help from other people. He might have gone a little nuke happy here, taking 2 nukes. But let's be honest, I was a scavenger, and it was a 1v1 game for the most part, right? It was a 1v1 game between myself and Yazo, so I got twice as much black market as he did, and I went on to win the game. Kenneth actually did a lot of black marketing, and 110 did not. But you can see that Yazo and I Yazo having gotten knocked out that early, still did more black marketing than anybody in the game except for myself. And I focused all of it on either growing myself or shutting down Yazo. So that's the way it is. All right, new little lobby. We'll go 6-man this time. Just bump it up a little bit. Just mix it up, you know. It'll be good. It'll be